Hi, my name's Carol Ricard, and welcome back to the next session in Stress Mastery. So far, I talked about master key number 1, which was using the right tools. Master key number 2 was don't let things pile up. And here we are at master key number 3, which is manage your emotions. So let me ask you this. Have you ever had the situation where you kind of said something that you really wish you hadn't said and you couldn't take it back? And it just was, once it was said, there was just total regret. Well, let me explain to you why this happens. Because our emotions, right, from the moment we wake up in the morning and we drive into our work, what happens is that those emotions start to just build and 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 build. And what happens when it gets up to here and we open our mouths, that's when we're not going to be able to control what comes out of our mouth. And I have to be honest, that's where I find a lot of people get themselves into trouble when it comes to managing their stress at work or at home, is that they find themselves saying things that they really wish they hadn't. So what most people will do is get this wrong. What most people will do is they'll get aware that, okay, it's getting close to here. And so instead of saying something, they turn and they walk away. But that doesn't work, because if this has ever happened to you, again, you get through your workday, right? And you felt like really telling people off, but you didn't say anything. You were kind of good. You bit your tongue, so you didn't say anything to people. And then you walked in the door and somebody, might have been one of your kids or your spouse, asked you if you had remembered to bring home the orange juice, and you bite their head off over this one little question about whether or not you remembered to bring home the orange juice. Well, that's why just walking away doesn't work. So I want to introduce you to my secret weapon when it comes to this key number 3, managing emotions. And that I call Carol's Master Set. And here's what it means. It takes 2 steps. One, we got to do something like walk away, so that what happens is we keep the level from rising any higher. So we kind of stop it. So that's step number 1. And that can be doing anything that's calming. But here's the most important step. Once you do it, you got to do something to let some of it out. So the second step is you have to do something to release the emotion that's kind of already built up. Think about a tub. If you turn the water on and you plug it up, the level's going to rise, right? Well, you could shut it off, but then somebody could come along behind you and turn it back on. And so what we got to do is shut it off, but we also have to let some out. And that's the secret when it comes to managing our emotions. It's the master set is you got to do 2 steps. 1, you got to shut it off. 2, you got to find something to dump. And that's usually where exercise or other ways, talking to somebody, anything that you can do that can just let some of the level out so that you kind of get it back down to a smaller level. So that is my secret for managing your emotions. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.